everybody, it's your boy Candy. We're back. We got what was each Primarch's weakness slash flaw. Shout out to Majorkill. Let's go.
Primarchs are bastions of strength and will, able to pull out some serious hacks in order to clap the cheeks of very powerful and impressive foes. They have all their specialties, their strengths, whether it be Corvus's hide and seek skills or Magnus being able to single-handedly ruin the entire galaxy by accident. Each Primarch is the lord of their own talents.
True.
I've already done videos about their strengths. You can't walk 10 meters without tripping over the Lion's loyalty or Guilliman's extremely nerdy but wildly impressive logistics skills. But what about their weaknesses?
Okay.
After all, if the Primarchs truly were super awesome, then the standard issue food for the Imperium's military wouldn't be processed human flesh.
I just feel like, here's the thing, right? And I love how, like, and one thing that you have to understand is, and may this be a lesson to you, you know, for the future or whatever, right? At the end of the day, bro, everybody named Mama got strengths and weaknesses, y'all. We all got, like, we all literally have strengths, like natural strengths that we just came out the womb, like bro, like we have like things that like we're just naturally good at, like we don't really need too much practice in it, like we don't really, like we never had to go to school for it, like bro, we all have like that one thing that we can just easily do. And then obviously, like, you know, if we work upon it and we keep working on it, then obviously, bro, it can get better and better and better. Then you can turn that thing into like a job or whatever. But maybe I'm just rambling a little bit. But then also, yo, you know, to flip it off, we do all got weaknesses, natural weaknesses that we all have. You know, so for some people, it could be a physical weakness. You know, for some other people, it can be, you know, like a mental weakness. You know, some people are more mentally strong than physically strong. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, bro, a lot of people naturally got, you know, like, you know, not physical strengths, but like, you know, a lot of strengths and weaknesses. So if you have a weakness, don't think that you're weak or whatever. Don't think that everybody else just is just strong in everything, and you know, you have a weakness in something, that means that you're under them. No, bro. Literally everybody on earth has you know, strengths and weaknesses, you know, and they could be natural, they can be through trauma, they can be through stuff like that. So at the end of the day, bro, and I'm not saying you can't you know, overcome these weaknesses, but just know that everybody got them, okay? But just know, you know, Vulcan, he doesn't have any weaknesses, and y'all know me, boy, like, you know, I barely got any no, you know what, listen, my bad, I just lied to you, because I was literally about to say I don't got no weaknesses, but bro, man, yo, if some thick Latina was in front of me right now, yo, no lie, bro, that's my weakness.
Before we get started, there are things in life you don't really want to have to spend time and money on, but you just kind of have to.
This video was 2 years ago, so we're just gonna skip that. Okay.
And kind of this video. As another note, YouTubers recently cracked down pretty hard on this channel and kind of murdered my ad revenue. So sad. YouTubers recently cracked down pretty.
Let me see. Ooh, ad suitability. Ooh, ad suitability. Now let me give y'all some game. Let me give you guys some game on what does this mean, right? Just in case you guys want to be YouTubers one day. So, bro, when you get one of these, now this looks like he got this later on, so he probably already got the money from this, right? Now, YouTube actually came in with an update probably like a few years ago with the whole ad suitability thing, to where like if you curse a lot, if you start off the video just cursing it up and da-da-da-da. I think it's better now. I actually think they updated their whole system and stuff like that. Now you can like say a cuss word in the first like 7 seconds and not get ad suitability. But like, bro, like, look at this, bro. Bam, bam, bam. He got 3 in a row like these. He got another one. He got another one. Now, there are glitches and ways out of this, but, you know, we're going to gatekeep for that.
Hard on this channel and kind of murdered my ad revenue. So sadly, I'll have to try be a bit more PG for the next little while. Just while they're, you know, Eye of Sauron's upon me. In the meantime, the best ways to support the channel.
That's actually one of the ways, you know, if you want to, you know, keep the YouTube menaces off of you, be a good little boy for a little bit, and then you can start going crazy.
Buying the major minis, picking up the Majorkill Christmas merch, or subscribing to the Patreon. Every little bit helps. Today we'll go over the weaknesses of each Primarch, showing in-law examples of when these weaknesses were made obvious and knocked the Primarch on their ass. Now let's get into it.
Let's get into it! Let's go.
Primarch 1 is Lionel Johnson, who in my opinion is the best Primarch. He's
See, the glazing gotta stop. The first 10 seconds is absolutely astronomically diabolical. Yo, the lion is, you think he's the best Primarch? You know what? See? Rage bait. Rage bait. We ain't even, hey, yo. I'm not even about to indulge into this type of rage bait. I'm good. This is
Physical
rage
abilities
bait.
are insane. His combat prowess is almost unmatched, and his will and fortitude is unshakable. However,
His armor looks good though. I'll be honest with you. Like I'll be a hater if I say, oh, his like everything about him is trash. No, like his armor looks fly. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I'm pulling every single girl in my eyesight in my vicinity with his armor. No lie.
does have one severe weakness. Terrible people skills. The Lion is on
Yeah,
the
he's
spectrum,
awkward. He's
and
a
it
weirdo.
didn't help that he spent his entire childhood, his development years, deep in the forest of Caliban, stalked by mutated warp monsters without any human contact. When he was discovered by Luther and the Knights of Caliban, he quickly learnt their ways and became an intelligent, wise, and honourable knight. But his autism remained. His brain was operating at such a high level, and he hadn't had good practice communicating, so he struggled to relate to anyone and couldn't really understand the feelings of his underlings. For example, when the Lion made a plan to unite Caliban and destroy the beasts, he got Luther, who was significantly more charismatic, to unite the knightly orders whilst he was the brains behind the operation. When Luther had a moment of doubt when a nuclear warhead was smuggled onto the Lion's ship, the Lion's instincts told him that Luther had a moment of weakness and nearly let him die. However, the Lion's autism meant that he just banished Luther and a few hundred veterans back to Caliban without explanation, causing resentment to foster that would eventually result in Caliban's destruction and the Lion's coma. Worst of all though, the Lion was tricked by Perturabo and gave the traitorous Lord of Iron a bunch of super weapons that he had just bled to keep out of Horus's hands. Time and time again, his lack of social abilities caused massive amounts of damage to himself and the Imperium. Primarch II had a lot of weaknesses, otherwise he wouldn't have been scrubbed from the annals of history. Now for an extremely flawed Primarch, we have Fulgrim.
Hey, Primarch 2 is, bro, non-existent, y'all. Obliterated. Bro, they don't even, like, have his name. His name is, bro, like, default. That's his name, y'all. Like, Primarch 2 don't got, bro, man, I'm gonna crack down on that, bro. Primarch 2 and I think Primarch 11, I'm gonna find out their names, history, and everything. I'm gonna be the first YouTuber to do that. I promise you, bro. I don't care if I gotta break into the games workshops, like, you know, private, like, property, whatever. I already know they got, you know, a whole. Listen, I already know they got the military base, the LAPD, the NYPD. I already know they got everything guarding, you know, like these scripts and stuff like that, bro. Don't worry, I'm gonna find a way, bro. You know, how ambitious I am. Like, bro, I'm gonna find a way. I promise you.
A lot of people think Fulgrim was a G until he got the Laer blade, but nah. The dude was a weak little bitch well before he picked up that penis-shaped sword.
Bro, we knew he was a G. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. And guess what? you know why we knew he was a G? Because everybody that was in his G spot told us he was a G. Yeah, bro. This weirdo right here, bro. This freaky deaky. I knew something was up about this dude since the day I even learned about this dude, Fulgrim. Bro, even his name, like, he's like he's a freak or something like that, bro. I knew something was up about this dude right here, bro. Now, do not get it twisted. He got it on. This fashion right here, this is something that I will wear. No lie. Truly, bro. The purple and gold, you know, with the little dark little king apron, whatever. Hey, it's something that I would wear. But guess what? The actual person that's in this, bro, is a diabolical just nuisance, bro. He just nasty with it.
He was wildly insecure and needed to prove himself to everyone as a result of his narcissism. However, because his legion had such a rocky start and nearly went extinct, hence delaying his joining of the Great Crusade, he was reckless in his endeavors and attempt to catch up. Even during the invasion of the Laer, he went against his advisors' recommendations and attacked the world without consulting the Imperial army detachments connected to his fleet, resulting in a very high casualty rate for the Emperor's children. As soon as he took the Laer blade, his last vestiges of strength were torn away, leaving behind a weak, pathetic excuse of a Primarch. Perturabo's weakness mainly revolves around his terrible communication skills. He was a dutiful and stoic son, perfect for grueling siege warfare, but he didn't want to just be this siege master who was constantly thrown into the meat grinder. But the issue is that he never told anyone that. He never complained and simply let the resentment fester inside of him. If he had spoken up and stood up for his legion, then he could have had a path more similar to that of the Imperial Fists. Builders and not just destroyers. He took out his resentment on the guard units attached to his legion, his own Astarte warriors, and even his own homeworld.
Maybe I don't know too much about this guy. Like, I was about to clown him, but at the same time, a lot of you guys like him for whatever reason. And to be honest with you, I don't really know too much about him. So we're going to leave him alone for this video. But hey, if I find out, you know, a lot about him, if I found out that he was weak in the slightest, he's getting, like, roasted on. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, you listen, y'all know I love y'all, but I can't just take y'all word for anything because a lot of y'all be hating on my goat, and I know that my goat's #1. So I know that's, you know, something's missing. You know, it's either hate or I don't know what it is, but I can't really take y'all word for some of these Primarchs, you know, because a lot of these guys that I think that are cool, turns out they're not, and they're weird and they're freaks. A lot of the Primarchs that I don't like, I end up liking because they kind of remind me of like greatness. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know. I gotta get my own. I gotta get my own taste. Pause. I gotta get my own. Pause. By the way, pause. Completely. I gotta get my own opinion with these guys. Okay, that's it. Pause. Okay. Pause times 1,000. Okay. Pause.
If he simply just spoke up, it's likely he never would have fallen to chaos. Surprisingly, the Khan, who was one of the Primarchs that was looked down upon by his brothers, is one of the most flawless. He was a logical man, driven by common sense and a strong moral compass. He always tried to do the right thing. I guess you could even say that his weakness was doing the right thing. He would take intense risk in order to save the lives of a few insignificant civilians over helping to do his duty or defend a key area. In the grim darkness of Warhammer 40k, humanity is a weakness. Russ, on the other hand, is a bit easier to poke holes in. The dude is the definition of a bigot and a hypocrite. Despite the use of his rune priests, who were space...
Yo, what does a bigot mean? I think I've been hearing that word since like, what, 2020 or like 2021, I think. What's a bigot? I've always like wanted to like look that up on Google, but I don't know if I was doing something else, but like, yo, what the hell is a bigot? I keep hearing that.
Psykers, Russ was openly against Magnus and his use of the warp. He feared it because he did not understand it, which created a lot of issues, such as the fall of Prospero, which pushed Magnus and his legion into the hands of the traitors. Russ was also wildly reckless and impulsive, attacking Horus's legion in a suicidal attempt to atone for his own sins. And he also threw away the Emperor's special spear because he was drunk and sad. Russ would go on to have a bit of a character arc that basically involved him regretting everything, which only serves to highlight his weaknesses further. Rogal Dorn was a solid dude, a bastion of loyalty amongst the sea of bitches and traitors. Rogal Dorn was a solid dude, a bastion everything, which only serves to highlight his weaknesses further. Rogal Dorn was a solid dude, a bastion of loyalty amongst the...
You said Rogal Dorn, right? Ain't this G-Thug? This is G-Thug, right?
Sea of bitches and traitors. However, he was extremely stubborn, which is, funnily enough, both his greatest strength and weakness. His stubborn attitude is what keeps his walls from falling and his defenses from shaking. However, it also cost the loyalists dearly and nearly killed his entire legion. See, when Nathaniel Garro went to hell and back to reach Dorn and tell him of the heresy, Dorn was too stubborn to believe Nathaniel because the idea of Horus going traitor wasn't in the realm of Dorn's comprehension. He was literally about to execute Nathaniel then and there, dooming the loyalists until he finally got concrete video proof of Horus's betrayal. His stubbornness would again bite him in the ass during his war against Perturabo at the Iron Cage. He committed his siege defense experts against Perturabo's death trap fortress. After suffering massive casualties, his stubbornness kept him there when all signs said he should retreat. He and his legion would have been killed to a man if it wasn't for the arrival of Guilliman and his Ultramarines. Do I even need to talk about Conrad's weaknesses? I mean, yeah, I do, it's my fucking job. Conrad was shit insane. Not only were his future visions dark and twisted, but so was his attitude towards them.
Y'all already saw me go off on this bum a couple videos ago, bro. Y'all still deep, yo. Shout out to everybody, bro, that was really like, man, you know what, bro? You really turned me away from this dude, bro. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Shout out to you for, for you having sense. For the people who still like this dude, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is completely me being real. No troll, bro. Why? You like people like this, bro? You like a weirdo like this? You like somebody that like to, just put all types of harm and danger on like other people? You like that? You like people like this dude right here, yo? Bro, he got blood on his little nails or fingers or whatever. I think my face cam's in the way, but like, bro,
all these visions as inevitable, even though we, the reader, know that is not the case. Fortune is fickle and can change on a whim. However, Conrad believed otherwise. Every bad vision he saw, he believed...
Hey, yo, tell him to stop. And this is... I'm sorry. Tell him to lay off the weed, lay off the alcohol, bro. Stay away from these girls, bro, because his face is getting too wrinkly. Yo, his face is cooked. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Y'all support a dude like this, bro? Honestly, For real? Like, this is what y'all do? Nasty, trifling.
Come to pass no matter what he did. Hence he ensured it would actually happen. He also detested what his legion was becoming, yet did nothing to stop its decline. He was always bitching and complaining, but never did anything to fix it. In the end, he was just a weak dude.
He's a loser, that's why.
Primarch
That's what
to take
losers
the
do. He's a
coward's way
loser.
out. On the flip side, Sanguinius also had dark visions, but his attitude was different. It was more positive. However, we're here to talk about weakness, not strength. And Sanguinius did have his own share of that. Funnily enough, his greatest weakness was his love of his sons. He was very insecure about their gene flaws and nearly fell to chaos because he thought it could save them. Sanguinius also wasn't a particularly good tactical commander, usually winning by dive bombing the enemy's backline and using shock and awe tactics. Wildly effective against weaker enemies, but not great against the more competent ones. Other than being a head shorter than his brothers, Ferrus did have a number of weaknesses. First was his inaction regarding his legion's self-mutilation.
Yo, wasn't he like 4'1"? Yo, wasn't he like 4'3"? Yo, he couldn't even get on like most of the rides at like Kennywood or something like that, bro. Wasn't he like these? Wasn't he short?
He did not like the fact that his Iron Hand sons detested their own flesh, and he vowed to stop them from cutting parts of themselves off and replacing it with augmetics for a laugh. But he didn't actually stop them. His temper also clouded his judgment, leading his loyalist forces on Isfahan into a slaughter because his pride demanded he have a showdown with Fulgrim. Ferrus was steadfast, but his few weaknesses directly led to his death. Primarch 11 had a lot of weaknesses, as evident by the fact that the Imperium deleted him. Angron is 12th.
Wait, the Imperium got rid of wait, what? The Imperium got rid of Primarch 11? Nah, yo, something's going on. Something is going on, y'all, for real. I didn't even know that. I didn't know that until now. Wait a minute, bro. Something deep diabolical is going on. There's no way y'all don't know his name. It's either y'all gatekeeping, yo, Games Workshop, something got to give. Yo, Games Workshop, like, you know, let's work out a deal. You know, y'all can definitely just slide me the names or whatever, and I can legit just gatekeep and stuff like that until like 2027. Then I'll drop the names and stuff like that. Like, you know, like Games Workshop, let's work out a deal or something. Like, you know, let's sign a few contracts or something, man. Yo, Games Workshop, bro. Yo, send me a contract or something, bro. Like, I keep it on the down low. I keep it on the hush, you know?
We could dump a shitload of weaknesses on him.
For a couple milli billy.
The tragedy of Angron is that very few of them are actually his fault. Upon landing on his homeworld, he was attacked by some Eldar. They wounded him and he killed them in return. When the High Rider slave masters arrived to find him, Angron was too weak to avoid being captured, but he was also too bloody and vicious for them to consider adopting. In the arena, he fought with courage and honor, only becoming a bestial fuckwit when they put nails in his brain. So whilst Angron is kinda stupid, short-sighted, way too angry, devoid of battle tactics, and smells bad, none of these weaknesses are his own fault. Guilliman—
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is true, but at the same time though, like, it's still his weakness though. Like you know, like those Allen Iverson braids that he got, bro. Those things are weaknesses. I'm sorry, like that counts. You know, so.
Is often considered to be the jack of all trades, the most optimal flawless Primarch. However, this isn't entirely true. Guilliman was very controlling and needed everything to go according to his own plan. He also vastly overestimated his own combat prowess, hinging entire war plans on his ability to defeat more powerful foes. This would backfire multiple times, as his fight with Fulgrim left him in a 10,000-year coma, his fight with Mortarion—
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Usually I would be like, you know, clowning G-Thug, whatever, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, that makes a good leader, though. Because, like, not all great leaders, like, in order for you to be a great leader, bro, you're gonna have to fail a few times. I mean, you're gonna have to take the risk and fail. I mean, that's a part of life, you know? So, I'm not expecting G-Thug to go into every single battle and win. That's not possible, you know, and that's not how you be great. You know, you can only be great when you learn how to lose. And I'm not even like upset that he has like that confidence in himself, you know, that he can. I mean, even if he's not as like, you know, physically skilled as anybody else, I like, you know, somebody who has that like that leadership, y'all, they would have that confidence in themselves, you know. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Usually I would clown G-Thug, I would roast everything about him. I'm gonna keep it real, like that, you know. That's not really a weakness, but at the same time, those are like the qualities of like somebody who's great, you know.
in his own death,
So,
only living because of the
I
Emperor's
ain't
divine
gonna,
intervention. Even his fight with Lorgar and Angron was a close-run thing. Dude needs to accept that his vanilla ass ain't a top-tier Primarch fighter. Mortarion had many weaknesses, which were exploited to the max.
This is easy. Bro stink. We talk, duh. Bro, he stinks. Bro, he smells crazy. He got all types of pimples and everything, bro. Yo, not even like, what's that thing called? Proactive. Not even proactive can clear that up. Of course, yo, that's his weakness. He stink. Bro, he gonna kill all the girls just by his stench, yo. That's his weakness. Yo, there's not any amount of soap in the world that can get that smell off of him, bro. He's tarnished. He's totaled. Like, what are we talking about? He's finished. It's finito. That's his weakness. It's just he stink. He smelled crazy.
Hypocrisy was chief amongst them. Alongside Russ, Morty was the most anti-warp Primarch, yet he joined the traitors, a bunch of warp-snorting, demon-humping sorcerers, whilst turning his back on the loyalists, who had literally just outlawed the warp in an attempt to appease Morty. He would then unlock his own psychic powers and completely go against all his core beliefs. He also held on to resentment towards the Emperor for kill-stealing his evil adoptive father, despite the fact
Bro, think this is Call of Duty.
the Emperor gave Morty a chance to do it and only saved his life at the last moment. Overall, just a really salty dude. Magnus's weakness was his arrogance when dealing with the warp. He thought he had all the answers and was too smart and powerful to get manipulated. It was this arrogance that led him to defy the Emperor's direct orders and accidentally ruin everything. He also doesn't know how to deal with his own mistakes. Instead of surrendering to the Space Wolves and traveling to Terra, he did some weird bullshit that confused everyone and directly led to violent conflict.
Yeah, he's a
Out of
weirdo.
all the Primarchs, Magnus's weakness...
Yo, Magnus is actually like a geek. Like no lie. He's actually like a Hall of Fame just nerd in high school. Like for real. Seriously. Like I can just definitely tell he used to get stuffed in the lockers, bro. For real.
was arguably the most damage. However, you could argue that Horus...
Bro, they used to slap the they used to slap the tray out his hand and everything, bro. They used to take his chocolate milk, bro. They used to take his crushes and everything, bro. Yeah.
This was worse. Horus had a massive ego which Chaos exploited the ever-living shit out of to make him their War Master. Horus was able to go from a loyal son of the Emperor to the Lord of the Traitors over the course of a single vision showed to him by Chaos. A vision that was pretty easy to pick apart as an avoidable twisted future.
All it took
but
was
because
one
it
vision.
played so heavily on his own ego, he accepted it as fact, allowing all the pieces of the puzzle to be twisted to fit his own narrative. Also, he was bold, which was probably the worst part, to be honest.
I mean, my goat Vulcan bald. I mean, Michael Jordan was bald. You know, like. I mean, Kobe Bryant, he was bald in high school. Kobe Bryant was bald. Like, he's, shout out to Kobe. Rest in peace to Kobe. But, Kobe was bald. There ain't nothing really, like, the bald head, I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with it. I feel like in high school, if you had the bald head, then your high school career is over. But to be honest with you, bro, like, the bald head nowadays, it's kind of cool.
Lorgar, another Baldy Locks, had his own weaknesses.
He's
Chief
trash.
amongst them was his desperation to serve divinity.
He
He had
garbage,
to have a
y'all.
god to worship, and when the Emperor shattered his dreams, he turned to the Lords of Hell purely because they were the only other option. He saw Chaos as this primordial force that was neither good nor evil, turning a blind eye to its true nature while pretending to understand it. He learned his lesson the hard way when he thought he could supplant Horus as War Master, only for the Chaos Gods to laugh in his face and allow Horus to humiliate him. Vulcan is a pretty top bloke without many weaknesses. After all, the dude literally cannot die. He's in a similar boat to the Khan, absolute legend that occasionally puts duty on the back burner so that he can save the lives of insignificant innocents. He also has a habit of going on holidays, which isn't really a vibe in the setting of 40k. All in all though, Vulcan is a very impressive specimen and not the subject of many complaints. Corvus Corax...
My goodness. Yo, Majorkill. Duh. Of course my goat don't got no weaknesses. Stupid. Of course, yo. Man, I bet y'all was rubbing y'all hands together like Birdman. Yo, my goat doesn't have any weaknesses. My goat has no weaknesses. That's what happens when you're the greatest of all time. You don't have any weaknesses. You're the guy. You're number one. You're the best. What are we talking about? You're him. You're quite literally him. When you're the greatest of all time and nobody can top you, that's what happens. Yo, I bet y'all was bro. Y'all was like, man, y'all was waiting for Majorkill to say something diabolical about my goat. It's not gonna happen. What happened? What's wrong? What happened? What, you still want to count that as a weakness? What, my goat likes to take a break every once in a while? I'm sorry. Listen, my bad. My bad that my goat works all day long, every single day of the week that he wants to take the summer off. Why not? My goat can take the summer off if he wants to. Yo, Vulcan, bro. Vulcan, man, clock out, bro. You work too hard. Clock out. Vulcan, what are you doing? Yo, go clock out right now, Vulcan. Clock out right now. Go sit down somewhere, bro. Hard worker? Go sit down, you hard worker. Bro, y'all was rubbing y'all hands like Birdman, bro, and smiling like the Grinch on Christmas morning. Y'all couldn't wait. Man. I can't believe it. Man, you was really waiting for it, huh? Oh my goodness, bro. Like, this is hold up.
Obvious. When he disagrees with something.
All right, y'all, we back.
Likewise a legend, but his issues are a bit more obvious. When he disagrees with something, he gets pissy about it, but he doesn't really do too much else.
Turn around and die. I mean, bro, we already know he's an emotional wreck. Like, this guy right here, look at his face, he's a crash out. But at the same time, I mean, the all black is kind of cold. That's something that I will wear, you know.
Leading to these told you so moments where Corvus gets fucked over from following plans he knew were bad. He also banished most of his Terran Marines.
I feel like somebody like him, I feel like he likes getting betrayed on. Like, I don't know. I feel like somebody like him, like, bro, somebody like this dude, bro, he likes to get hurt. Like, he likes to get his heart broken. Like I don't know, it kind of like gets him off a little bit. Like, he likes to get hurt a little bit. Like he likes the pain.
Didn't think their culture meshed well with his own. The weakness of banishing them instead of retraining them, like Sanguinius did with his legion, meant that his own legion was under strength for the Crusade and Horus Heresy. While I do respect him now becoming a demon raven and scaring the shit out of Lorgar, his absence from the setting is definitely another weakness, choosing personal vendetta over duty. Alpharius was very arrogant and deliberately overcomplicated things, costing lives and resources when he should have just taken
his armor was fire
approach. He was so arrogant that he believed that the Emperor wanted him to betray the Emperor as part of some 5D chess game that no one was playing. He thought he had his finger on all the triggers, which made him so delusional that he ended up eating Rogal Dorn's chainsword, Mortal Kombat style. Amigan is a cool bloke though, so when I say that the Primarchs are a bunch of uppity man-children, you now know what I mean.
Listen, let me tell y'all something, man. Shout out to Majorkill for this video, man. Yo, I'm gonna keep it real. Yo, I know y'all was waiting for my goat to be, oh, Vulcan's weakness is this and this and this and this and this. Like, I know y'all was about to start laughing and chuckling and screaming, you know, at the video, you know, as I was in despair. Thankfully, you know, Majorkill, he's smart. So, other than that, man, comment down below. What do y'all think about this video, man? Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I'm going to see y'all later, fixing them out. Peace out, everybody.